Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, that was so wild. Hopefully, you can hear me because I just spent about, I don't know, a good solid 10 minutes trying to get my microphone to turn on, which is a perfect, wonderful way to talk about jumping into inspired action. There was no way I wasn't going to come on today because I love doing these lives. And thank you all for being here. And today we're going to talk about Aries season and all of the inspired action, all of the fire, very different energy in Aries season. And this is fire plus revitalization all at once, which is very unique for us to have both of these things happening at the same time, where there's a sense of fire, but also a sense of being revitalized, being grounded where you are. Very, very big, bold energy. And this Aries season is especially special because we're going to talk about all the feng shui, but there's something happening on April 12th, and I'm going to make a whole video about it probably next week or the week after. April 12th is what's considered to be a masterpiece conjunction. And hello from Northern New Jersey. That's where I'm from. The masterpiece conjunction is going to be epic. Jupiter and Neptune coming together in Pisces. And I know that sounds like, what? And I thought the same thing, but every 12 years this happens, roughly every 12 years that Jupiter and Neptune come together, but it's come together in Pisces the last time 800 years ago. And every time, and sorry, it's not every 12 years, it's every set number of years. It might be 20 years. It hasn't happened for a really long time, Jupiter and Neptune in general. And this is super creative, but in Pisces, it hasn't happened since 1856. And so this is a time where when these planets come together, there's a wild expansion of creativity in a tangible way. Everything we're talking about today is about tangible, hold it in your hand, put it in your pocket stuff. A lot of the astrology of this year is hold it in your hand, put it in your pocket, keep it in your closet, tangible manifesting of stuff. And a lot of it is stuff that you make. And I believe we make our luck, we make our magic, we make all sorts of things happen. And so, how can you harness more of this energy to make greatness happen in your life? There's a question for you. How can you bring more energy that makes things happen to your life? And so this Aries season has started on the 20th, it began, and it's going to be basically for a month till like the 20th again, or the 19th and of April. And so we've got this stretch of a month to harness this fire energy and really make big, huge, tangible breakthroughs and really capture the magic of this masterpiece conjunction. When these planets come together on April 12th, what, if anything, would you like to make happen? What would you like to hold in your hands? What project do you want to initiate that's going to be defining, that's going to redefine you, that's the job that you apply for, the project that you start, the volunteering that you do, that's going to redefine this era? Throughout history, this conjunction is synonymous with major shifts and periods of art where really brilliant things are created. Classic movies, incredible pieces of art movements, music movements, really, really rejuvenating fire energy. And this is what we need. We've had 2 years of just everything imaginable, and it's still happening. And we need this sense of the revitalization, the deep revitalization of art to bring things to life, to bring us to life like never before. Like, forget about going back to normal. Let's resume a super normal, a super new, something even better than before. And that is what this is all about. So let's capture the magic, starting with this. If you're going to make things happen this season, if you're going to really manifest and make things, create things. What is it that you want to create? That's first and foremost. And do you have the tools and the wisdom and knowledge to create what you need to create? So I am, just to give you an idea, I'm painting my walls. I am painting my walls, but I'm doing it in a technique that I have never done before. So do I have the tools? I have the stuff on the way. It's being sent to me. But I don't know exactly how to do it. I've watched a few videos, but I need to learn and practice so that by the 12th, I am there like doing the thing. So I'm painting my walls in crystal paint, and I can't wait to share it with you. I might do a whole YouTube on it. It's paint literally made of minerals and crystal. So I am so psyched. But this whole method is really labor intensive, and it's also like a whole technique to learn. So I've got a lot to master on that project. For you, that's just one small project. There are other things. What do you want to tangibly get done? And what hasn't been getting done? If something has been lingering, this Aries season is the time to get it done. So this is the astrological new year. We had the actual calendar new year, January 1st. Then we had the lunar new year, the year of the tiger, which is again bold and strong, very similar to Aries season. And then we have this astrological new year, which has begun along with the new season. So we're in a new season. We've got the astrological new year. What do you want to get done? You have yet another chance to start again. We can always start again. It doesn't matter what's going on in the calendar or what time of year or astrology, but this symbolic fresh start and fire. And so I want to talk a little bit about the fire and then get back to this idea of having what you need to make things happen. So when you have lots of fire energy, it's dynamic, it's passionate, it's big, it's bold. So before we even get into the tools and things you need, do you have the energy to manage that much fire right now? Are you ready to sort of speed up? Are you ready to move faster? And if you're not ready to move faster yet, meaning you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're disorganized, too many things are happening at once, there's too much chaos, there's drama, you don't want to speed that up, right? Like that doesn't feel good. If you're not in a place to take in the fire, the first step right now is to replenish and organize, really rejuvenate yourself, self-care, rest, and get organized. This is going to make such a big difference. A lot of times we're disorganized and we've got a lot going on. And then we're like, I want things faster. I want things faster. And then we go to speed things up and it becomes more chaotic and more disorganized. It might seem counterproductive when things are speeding up to slow down. But if you can take even just a few days to slow down, sleep more, really rejuvenate, cancel all the extra things, get yourself focused, clean up a little bit. Now you will be in a place to take on that fire energy and really use it in the best possible ways. So let's get back to the making of things, because to make things, you need to have the tools, the skills, the knowledge, all the stuff, right? Now, sometimes the only way to have all the skills and knowledge is to jump in and do something. Sometimes that's the only way. But in my case, for painting my walls, there are things I can practice. I can practice on practice little boards. I can practice on parts of the wall no one sees. So I can practice and gain a little bit of wisdom in that way. But I'm going to do a lot of research. I'm going to do a lot of preparation in all ways, find out all the best practices. And so that's my preparation for that project. But there are other projects that I have to do as well, and probably you too. So are you prepared? Do you know all the things? Do you have all the things that you need to get stuff done? If you want to paint, do you have the paint that you need? If you want to write, do you have the outline set up? Do you have all the stuff, the physical stuff you need, and the plan that you need in order to get things done? This can make a big, big difference. Capture this creative energy of Aries season and brainstorm. Brainstorm by yourself, brainstorm with people, get together with like-minded people, join a group of like-minded people and start brainstorming new ways to do new things. There's that saying, if you want new things, do new things. This is the season of doing all new things and thinking about excellence. Excellence is something we've talked a lot about on these lives, and it comes up a lot for different moons and different times. And so, excellence is a quality that often can get mixed up with the idea of perfection, where people say, I want this perfect because I'm into excellence. But excellence is actually bringing your best energy, your best of all that you have right now, and striving to make things better all the time, rather than striving to make things better all at once, or striving to have things completely perfect, which shuts the doors to creativity. When you're looking at everything you do throughout the day from a place of excellence, everything can get a little bit better. Everything can get tuned up a little bit more. Everything can get a little bit more clear. And if you can approach life with that sense of everything can get tuned up just a little bit more, I can do this a little bit better. I can, I do little games with myself. Like even when I go to the gas station, I don't know how many of you go to the gas station and use the little thing to wipe your car window, the thing that you like stick in the water and wipe your car window. I play little games with myself. Like I can do this even better than I did last time without streaking the window. These little things, these little moments where you have a chance to do a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better for you, that energy is going to create massive, massive change. So we're headed into the Feng Shui season where lots of things are happening. The Breakthrough Camp is coming. For those of you who haven't done the Breakthrough Camp video series yet, it is going to be linked below. I think it's linked below now in the description box. And also the School of Intention is starting. And whenever I think of excellence, that's the approach we take to learning this Feng Shui on a professional level, whether for personal development or for your career or expanding your career. So that is also below. We're starting really, really soon. And as the school gets ready to start, and I'm thinking about the Breakthrough Camp coming, what's in my mind is excellence, doing things a little bit better. If things are not growing, they're declining. And in Aries season and spring, there's all this growth, there's all this sprouting of the new, there's all this new stuff. And in order, again, to capture that, you want to make sure that you're well rested. You want to make sure that you are organized, and it doesn't have to be perfect. But we've talked about this before as well. It's easier to take creative risks when you have the ground under your feet solidly. And all that organization will help you to have solid ground under your feet so that you can leap into action during this Aries season. So when people say the stars are aligned to make amazing things happen, literally right now, the stars are aligned to make massive creative breakthroughs in all ways. It's really about being bold and claiming and stepping into the power of what you want. And so by organizing your home, you're setting up that foundation. By getting things crisp and clear around you in your life, getting rid of extra drama and that kind of clutter, you're setting up that space around you where you're ready to receive more new things. And then innovation, that sense of I could do this a little bit better, I can do this in a new way. Let that be your guide to the season. Your entire season can be guided by that principle of everything I do, I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to do a little bit better. Everything I do, I'm going to experiment. Now, don't get caught up on the word better. Doing it in a new way, doing it in an exciting way, doing it in a way that makes it more fun for you will make it better. The energy with which you do things changes things completely. And so in this Aries season, it's bold, bold, bright, big energy. So in your home, it might be time to bust out the bright colors. I have all sorts of colorful dresses coming this season. Everything is going to be color, color, color. All the bold color, all of the things that make you feel really alive. Bring bold color to your food, whether it's getting a bowl that's a really fun color or making really fun colored smoothies, having beautiful salads. There's more color now at the markets, different colors. Explore eating different colors. This brings new energy to your life. Bold, rich color actually changes your energy. When you wear it, it changes your energy. When you see it, it changes your energy. When you use it, even to describe things. So if you're sending an email or writing something and talk about bold, rich colors, it communicates an energy that is activating. And so this is that time to flip the switch into action. How many of you feel like you've been waiting for the perfect time to really accelerate something or start something or take a leap? And you've been sort of on the fence, sitting in a maybe, 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 maybe. I'm seeing some of you say, no, I'm ready now. And I'm like, yes. If you've been sitting in a maybe, now is a time to just go yes or no. Get those maybes out of your life and let this be a time where that fire doesn't just move you to run faster, but moves you to very decisively start clearing and clarifying things for yourself. So you're not hanging on to maybe I'll do this. So you're not hanging on to we'll see what happens. I've been getting these signs from the universe. There's another one. These giant nocturnal moths that look like butterflies have shown up in my house twice. And there's one here right now. I don't know if it's going to fly into the frame, but I wanted to share that with you because I feel like that's a sign. I feel like that's a sign that something amazing is happening. It's like butterflies indoors. It's never happened before, and it's very exciting. So maybe for all of us, that birth of the new, that decisiveness, clear out the maybe, clear out the I'm waiting for a perfect time, all of that stuff. Now is really the best time, no matter what astrological time it is. And even if it's not now is the answer. So it's yes or no, or just not now. That's fine. But get it off your plate. Oftentimes, we have 20 different things that we need to focus on at once. We can't quite get everything going. And then you can't really invest your best energy into things if you're too dispersed, if you're pulled in too many different directions. Even two directions at once is difficult, but sometimes we're pulled in 5 different directions. How can you invest your energy as though it were your life savings? Because it is. How can you invest your energy wisely this season? If you have all this bubbling up of energy, what is the best investment you can make? Is it investing it into accelerating your career, investing it into learning new things, investing it into taking those steps to start your podcast or start your YouTube channel or start your business, investing it into taking new steps for your wellness? Where are you going to really channel this abundance of fiery energy? What is that going to be for you? This is a really, really powerful thing. As you clear the decks, you organize, you harness more of that fire energy. You don't want to take that fire energy and go, I'm really fired up. Now I'm going to spread it all in different directions. That's going to be more of the same thing. This is much more decisive. Yes or no. Get rid of the maybes, get rid of the wishy-washy, get very clear on the most passionate priorities you have, and then channel your energy full on into those things. Now, a lot of times people tell me, I don't want to get too hyped up about the thing that I want because I don't want to get disappointed. I don't want to put that much passion behind something because what if it doesn't work out? I'll be crushed. But if you don't put all your energy and passion behind what you really want, you'll always be thinking, I wish I didn't do all those things at once. I wish I gave it more attention. I wonder what would have happened if I really focused on it. And so it's really worthwhile. I say this all the time. I'd rather be crushed and disappointed than not bring 100,000% to what I'm doing. Yeah, things don't work out sometimes, but they rarely don't work out, truly don't work out when you bring all your best energy to it. Sometimes there's a project or an opportunity or a relationship and you really invest in it and it doesn't necessarily become the thing, but it leads you to the next thing, or it brings you a gift that you never would have gotten anywhere else. And if you weren't full on there for it, you wouldn't have gotten the gift. You wouldn't have gotten the lesson. You wouldn't have gotten the opportunity and the door that opened. So it's really important to think about this. And if you are hedging your bets and not wanting to go all in because you might be disappointed or it might not work out, think about the cost of not bringing your best to everything. Because I know that chances are you want to work with people. You want to hire people. You want to learn from people. You want to be around people who bring 100% to what they're doing, who bring 100% to the moment with you. You don't want to be with someone who's hedging their bets or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or checked out, or not fully there, or wondering, gee, how can I just tiptoe on the edges of doing this project so that I don't get disappointed? You want to work with people. I know it because we all do. I don't know a single person who's like, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the doctor who's not really sure and who doesn't want to be disappointed and who, will just do very moderate things and not really treat the problem that I have. No one thinks that. Everyone's like, I need the radical healer. I need the person who's going to give me all. I want the partner in life that's going to be the most there for me and the most all in and the most passionate. And yet, when we think about our dreams, sometimes it's like, I don't want to get disappointed. So I think I'm just gonna I'll do a little, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Your energy is what makes things happen. Your energy is what makes things happen. And if you want that full on energy, if you want that full on brilliance, if you want that full on abundance and expansion and all of the things that you want to have an impact on in this world, in this life, in your relationships, in all ways, you got to go all in some way, shape, or form and just take that. It's not even a risk. And again, going back to that point, when you're more organized, when you're more grounded at home, when you feel the ground under your feet, when you feel like your home is more of a sanctuary, it's easier to go all in. It's easier to take those risks creatively, emotionally, take those risks because you realize that is the reward. It's that whole process is the reward, and things tend to work out so much better when you are full on invested in what it is that you're doing. Now, you could do more than one thing in your life at once, but you know the difference between having a couple of things you're passionate about going on at once, or a bunch of things that are important, versus having a whole lot of things because you want to hedge your bets and you don't want to get too caught up in one thing or another. Uh, Break free of all that clutter, break free of all that, gee, let me avoid disappointment by not going all in, and let this Aries season be your sign. It's the astrological new year. It's the birth of all this new energy. It's time to lean in, go all in, bring in the color, bring in the boldness, bring in the brightness. If you need to rejuvenate, restore, rest, organize first, do all of that, but then let yourself go all in and even ask yourself, where am I not all in? Where have I been hedging my bets? Where have I not wanted to get disappointed? Where have I not wanted to get my hopes up? Where have I been going, gee, I guess I'll be okay if this happens, or I'll hold on and wait and see, or, I'll just give this much. Because, I don't want to give so much and then just have it be a waste of time. The only waste of time is if you're giving your energy into an empty well, if you're in a relationship where you're being drained or something like that. That's very different from what we're talking about here. This is about allowing yourself to be yourself and your boldest self and your most confident self. And the only way to build creative confidence, the only way to build life confidence is to just do things. It's to just do it and see what happens, and grow. And nothing is a failure. Nothing is anything but part of the process. And unless you get in there and start making and doing things, you won't feel it. A lot of times people say, I want to do that, but I need confidence first. And I say, it's kind of like the chicken and the egg, like which comes first, because it's really hard to have confidence unless you practice something. And it's really, really hard to Not, if you can't start, it's very hard to get good at it. And if you want to get good at it before you start, you're in this endless loop where you're never going to begin. So start where you are, use what you have, and start taking leaps. This is going to be a really, really amazing time. And if you have an art project, something in the world that you've wanted to create, do it now. This April 12th is going to be just so magnificent. We'll do a whole video about it, but as I said, it's going to be amazing. So it's not a time to compete. It's not a time to try to best other people or be perfect. It's a time to summon your excellence and create space around you that is a sanctuary. And the whole channel is full of ways to do that. And those breakthrough count videos that are starting soon below will help you to do that. And you will be able to really kind of open up to a whole new dimension and maybe even shock yourself with what you can create in a short period of time with all your inspired action. I have totally believe in your breakthroughs, and the more you believe in them, the more they will happen. And this is definitely a breakthrough season. So, on that note, questions, comments, please feel free to type them in, leave them below. I am so glad people are getting ready to make big breakthroughs and make things happen and getting rid of clutter. That's incredible. I love hearing your experiences working with the work. Feel free to keep sharing them. It keeps me so excited about making all these videos. And if you want to become a Feng Shui professional, the School of Intention is starting now. And below, you can find all the details in the description box as well. Here's to Aries season, guys. I am so very ready, and I can't wait to share all the creative projects I've been doing, and I want to see what you've been doing. So please share them with me. I will see you guys very, very soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone.